was something almost apocalyptic about it. I think these characters are very well written and very well portrayed. I think there's something very natural to them and their sense of um, both doom and perseverance. I think you do a really good job of characterizing them in this piece and showing their perseverance throughout. I think the pacing is really good. I think you build upon their characters and the tension that they feel and the grief that they feel. Um, and and how intense it is. Yeah, there's a really interesting hope throughout the piece that really ties our characters throughout.
And you really get to see this nice dynamic that happens between these two characters because not a lot is said between them. So it's really beautiful to see the humanity that exists within him. Despite that, there are these instances where we see her take these moments of healing and know how much that drains her. And so you kind of get to see this sense of vulnerability of and weakness, but such strength that happens within this process. But that strength comes at a price. It's so interesting to see the way that the villains in the story is sort of that breed the sense of need. Well, I can't live if it's not for this person. Like, we need this person to do that. So it's sort of that situation where there's sort of a train coming and there's train tracks and they split and there's bad situations happening on both sides. But which side are you going to take? And what are you going to sit with?
I thought the opening sequence captured the story quite nicely with the smoke and the winter feeding to it, the ashes falling from the sky. And then we discover that the protagonist has chest issues and needs to relocate to another place where he can breathe better and survive. But this all comes with a cost, as we just witnessed him burying someone in the opening of this film. It was a great way to open up the story, as it throws the audience immediately into the story, sort of providing it with a twist. I love how the story tackles the themes of trust and how we cannot trust anybody, as people will go to the extremes to get what they want. I love the premise where she's the one that holds the key to humanity. Now she brings life to nature, pretty much like in the Last of Us, where the character holds the cure to the zombie apocalypse. And though the story is quite similar to a few that have been done before, I love how it takes a different approach to the buddy journey adventure with these two characters. By the end, I love how it comes back where she rescues Adam by showing him life and how beautiful nature can be.
It really makes great use of setting and set design. It's very atmospheric and it sets a dark tone. The props and set design were really cool in terms of how they look and the feel that they give. It feels a bit like Blade Runner in a good way, and it definitely made for a really enjoyable experience watching this.
I was on tenterhooks while watching, very suspenseful. The film was excellent in terms of setting atmosphere. Everything was bleak and gray, which worked well for the end of times tone of the piece. The rugged exteriors and the high tech gadgets and video worked well. Cool tree growing effects, too. Intriguing storyline, which led me to root for the two lead characters. Both performances were so subtle and believable.